guys, it's SJ. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is SJ. I am a mum of 3. My eldest is 8 and he is in year 3 at school, and my son Finn is 4 and starting in September. And because they're starting school, I know a lot of you are thinking about school, and I wanted to share with you a bit about my personal story of how I helped my son succeed in school, and actually how I eventually have totally U-turned on the type of school mum that I am. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I was a real tiger mum at school when he started, and I was tutoring him twice a week from when he was 5 years old. And yeah, I'm a bit kind of ashamed of that now, because through doing that I managed to erode all confidence that he had in his abilities. So it's a bit of a word of warning and a bit of a positive story about how you can help them to succeed gently. I'm doing this video in collaboration with a vlogger friend of mine, a girl I've been following on YouTube for absolutely years. Her name is Rachel. She is a food blogger mainly, but she has children, Arthur and B. B looks exactly like Freddie. We always joke about it. And she has had a really interesting school journey. She's taken her kids out of school and homeschooled, and Arthur is a lot like Freddie in the way that he has taken a while to progress in school. She's also doing a video about how to help your child succeed in school. Do go and watch it, because it's so interesting to have this opportunity to talk about these issues where we've made mistakes, where we've gone right and what we have learned, and go into school very mindfully and thinking about what type of mum you would like to be. So yes, do head over to Rachel's channel, do subscribe when you are there, let her know I sent you, and you will absolutely love her. She's also got baby number 3 on the way, so I definitely need to be getting some baby names to you, don't I, Rachel? This is my story of basically how I tamed my tiger mum, quit homework and watched Freddie thrive. When he started school, I was quite relaxed, to be honest. We got our top choice. It was in a very good area of London, so it was an outstanding school. Some of his buddies from nursery were going there, and I kind of just thought that reception was going to be all about them learning to tie shoelaces, eat lunch, and just learn to separate a bit from their parents. And I did find it like that until towards the end of his reception year. I'd gone back to work and was feeling kind of stressed about that. My youngest son had just turned 1. So there was a lot going on outside of school as well that kind of, I guess, I felt that my focus wasn't on it. And then I got told he was falling behind. I genuinely had no idea there were even targets for reception year. I thought turning up smiley every day and making friends and being a good citizen was kind of all that mattered, but I got given a talk by the teacher that his phonics was way behind, he wasn't really picking anything up, and that he was about half a year behind the rest of the class in terms of reading, etc. And I panicked. I literally panicked. I thought I failed him. I'd found school quite easy. I expected him to just find it easy. And I just did something mental, which was I booked a tutor, and he went to tutoring twice a week from when he was 5 to try to keep up with the class. And it worked. He started to pick things up. They assessed him. I found it was helpful because I got a lot more individual feedback. So obviously you're paying for that service, so you can get progress reports and chat to them. It was a nurturing environment for him. However, over the years we carried on with it. Suddenly his confidence just totally evaporated, and it affected everything. It affected all our lives. All we would hear from him throughout year 1, year 2 was, I'm so dumb, I'm so dumb, I'm dumb. Literally all the time. Anytime we sat down to do homework or reading, he would sometimes have these extreme reactions, like sitting on the bottom step saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. And he could do it. I promise you he could do it, and I would sit there, like I'm a very gentle parent, I think, and I would try to make it nice with cookies. His reactions were extreme, and then got to the point in year 2 where we sat down just to do some simple workbook homework, and he literally scratched at his face, like clawed at himself, and I just was shocked. I thought, oh my God, what's happening here? I have truly effed everything up, and he is spending so much of his life doing stuff that he's not good at, that he finds hard and difficult, that in my eagerness to keep up, it was a lot of pressure. I felt this pressure to keep up with the other mums, to keep up with the other children. I wanted him to be middle to top. I didn't want him to be the bottom of the class, and yet he was. And the harder I pushed him, the more he sank, in a way, even though, ability-wise, he was kind of getting there. It was just the confidence was going. So I said, that's it. I had a total U-turn. We quit homework. I said to him, putting it down, we are not doing homework. Go and cuddle your baby sister. I had to get him to go and literally cuddle Evelina because he was so distressed. It was the only way I could calm him down. And then I decided that was it. He wasn't going to spend more time than he needed to outside of school doing the stuff that he found hard and difficult. We stopped all the tutoring, we stopped all the homework, and basically after school, he loves drawing. I thought, why the hell not? Why is drawing? I said to him, being good at drawing is just as important as being good at maths, but yet there's less emphasis placed on that within the school system, and his creativity, I felt that the school was just ignoring this whole side of brilliance that I recognised in my child. I read an amazing book called The Spark, which is actually about autism, but it's also about how to nurture children through what they're great at. And you do that for a child who's autistic. If they've got one big passion and interest, you follow that passion wholeheartedly and you embrace it. And yet our children are just kind of expected to be middle of the road, all on the same spectrum, and the emphasis is on academia and sports. So we spent every afternoon drawing after that, and I said to him, you are the best at drawing, you're the best in your whole year at drawing. We joined an art club where he could thrive and just enjoy himself, enjoy a passion of his. I took him to all these illustration festivals, literature festivals where he met illustrators. We went and met Axel Schreiber, and he drew a picture on Freddie's picture and told him what a good drawer he was, and I just was like, this is it. We're going to build your confidence through doing what you're good at. We joined a theatre club, which was great for confidence as well. And he just enjoyed it because he likes being silly and mucking around. He doesn't enjoy dancing in theatre, but he just loves all the games that they play. And that was it. His confidence went back up again. Now, he still doesn't love reading. He hasn't found a love of reading. I think that's to do with independency as well. He still loves me to read to him, but we're reading brilliant books now. He loves David Walliams' books. He loves listening to the audiobooks in the car. And now what he'll do, because he wants to know what happens next, he'll read the chapter. And that's taken him until age 8 to want to do that. And to this day, I still don't sit down and make him read, which you may think is absolutely terrible. Like, I'm not recommending this way to anybody. I just wanted to share a very open and honest story of what I did. And maybe you'll relate to it, but that's it for him. He likes to write his own stories. So I said to the teacher, he's going to write his own stories and do his own drawings after school because that's what he wants to do and he's enjoying himself. And I'd rather he did that than sat down and forced him to read a book to me when he doesn't want to do it and it makes him feel bad. And the teacher was like, fine. We've moved schools. Actually, one of the reasons we moved to the new area was because of the school. We felt that we were in a very high pressured environment and it was very like alpha students and alpha parents, and there was a lot of pressure for this 11 plus. And one of the parents said to me, why are you teaching your child to run when everyone else is teaching them to sprint? And I just thought, I just can't do this. Me and Freddie are not cut out for it. We're not that type. I'm not that type of parent. He's not that type of child. So he's in a new school where they have a forest school and they love his creativity. They recognise it. He gets to do much more creative work. So it's not always an option to move schools. And I can't say that his school is amazing academically. I don't feel he'll leave with his great academic results because it's not as an academically acclaimed school. And I've taken the pressure off at home. However, what I decided was if you leave school with confidence, you're going to go much further in life than if you leave school with straight A's and zero confidence, which was the road I'd set him on, pushing him too hard, too little, and not just allowing him his breathing space to build his own confidence and to get there in his own time and also to his own limits. Maybe he's not going to be a grade A student. Maybe he won't be the top of the class, which I desperately want. I want him to be the first to get everything. I don't want to see him struggle. I don't want to see him languish. But it's a slow burner and it's a slow builder, and recognising his other talents and teaching him that school is only a small part. What's written on that school report is tiny compared to him. He is brilliant, no matter what it says on that school card. We don't talk about his report. I tell him he's been a brilliantly kind brother. He's had an amazing term because he's been brave and friendly, and I always give him a reward, but we don't really look at the grades because I try to just be more rewarding about the person he is. So anyway, that was my story about how I managed to tame the tiger mum, quit homework. And honestly, guys, he's really thriving at the moment. I feel quite emotional because I feel like I've made mistakes and I feel like every child is different. Finn might be totally different ball game starting in September, but there's just one story that you might relate to, do head over and watch Rachel talk, because she's a very interesting person, and I'm sure that she has wonderful advice about how to work with schools, how to build confidence. Yes, and thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your school thoughts and your school issues in the comments below. This is something that's very top of mind. Do come back to my channel on Friday, where I am doing more school videos about how to have a good drop-off in the morning, and also a Q&A all about school issues. So yes, do hit subscribe to stick around for more school chats. Thank you so much for watching. Please be a little bit kind in the comments. I know I made a mistake, but we all do, and yes, we all do. Thanks, guys.